Deep within this ancient valley lies a forgotten battlefield where nature's most massive titans continue to rule today.
Heavy rhythmic vibrations signal the approach of Kong, and the undisputed king of this isolated and dangerous mountain territory.
The great ape stands 50 feet tall, observing his kingdom with eyes that have witnessed countless prehistoric battles.
Hidden in the shadow, the giant serpent waits patiently, its massive body coiled and ready for a strike.
Measuring over 80 feet in length, and the giant serpent is the only predator capable of challenging Kong's dominance.
Heightened senses allow the great ape to detect the subtle scent of the massive serpent before it strikes.
A lightning-fast strike from the shadows initiates the deadliest monster battle ever recorded in this misty valley.
Using immense upper body strength, Kong attempts to redirect the force of the serpent's initial predatory lunging attack.
Each punch delivered by Kong carries the force of a falling boulder, causing internal damage to the serpent. A successful bite from the serpent introduces predatory bacteria into Kong's system, raising the stakes of this fight.
Utilizing the environment as a weapon is a sign of Kong's superior intelligence over the purely instinctual serpent.
The predator uses the natural fog to confuse its opponent, preparing for a second, much more strategic attack.
Silence descends upon the valley as both titans wait for the other to make the next decisive move.
Using the landscape, Kong forces the serpent to absorb the impact of his massive weight against the stone.
The strategy is effective, causing the serpent to release its hold and fall into a vulnerable position today. A display of raw power as Kong transforms the massive serpent into a kinetic weapon against the environment. The serpent is launched hundreds of feet through the air, landing in the deep basin of the valley. The king reasserts his dominance over the misty valley, proving that strength and intelligence together are truly invincible.
Despite the massive damage, the giant serpent refuses to yield, returning to the shore for the final round. The ancient monster battle is over, leaving Kong as the lone survivor in the center of the valley.
Peace returns to the misty valley, but the legend of the battle will live on in prehistoric history.
Nature quickly begins to reclaim the body of the fallen giant as scavengers approach the scene now today.
This ecosystem remains a place of mystery and raw power, where only the strongest can ever survive here. Watching over his domain, Kong remains the eternal guardian of the prehistoric world and its many hidden secrets. The journey through the prehistoric world continues as we prepare for the next epic monster battle today. The king is always watching, and the misty valley will never forget the power of the great ape.
Months pass as the forest consumes the remains of the titan, recycling its massive energy back into soil.
Reaction to correct press.
Social bonds and mutual care are vital components for the long-term survival of primates in this valley.
Hygiene and rest are essential for maintaining the health and power of the legendary king of the jungle.
High-calorie forest resources are vital for sustaining the massive physical frame required for defending this prehistoric mountain kingdom.
New threats emerge from the deep shadows of the north as the cycle of monster combat begins again.
A warrior's work is never done as the great ape prepares to face a new and stronger challenger. The valley's beauty hides many secrets, including rare plants that provide medicinal properties for the great ape today. Primitive medical knowledge is a survival skill that has kept Kong alive through many violent monster battle encounters.
A new era begins as the king stands ready to defend his land against any and all intruders. The scale of this kingdom is immense, requiring the great ape to patrol hundreds of miles every month.
Aquatic environments pose new challenges, but Kong's strength allows him to dominate even the strongest river currents today.
Mineral-rich caves provide a secure shelter from the elements and a place to hide from the aerial predators. Geological history is etched into stone, revealing a long legacy of primate dominance in this prehistoric valley today.
New threats are not limited to the ground, as aerial hunters claim the darkness of the mountain caves.
Combat in confined spaces requires precision and timing that the great ape has mastered over many years today. Height is an advantage in the wild, allowing the king to spot the movement of his many enemies. Day turns to night, and the nocturnal predators begin their hunt in the shadows of the prehistoric forest.
Harnessing fire provides warmth and a defense against the monsters that hunt in the total darkness of night.
Even the king of monsters needs a moment of peace and reflection in this wild and dangerous world.
Simple engineering tasks show the depth of the great ape's understanding of environmental physics and thermal protection today.
Mammoths represent a massive food source, but their numbers and power make them a difficult target for hunters. The king is always moving, searching for the next challenge and the resources needed to sustain his power.
Tool maintenance is a daily ritual that ensures the weapons remain lethal against the thick scales of monsters.
Geological forces are the only thing more powerful than the titans that rule this ancient and misty valley.
The volcano signals a new era of challenges that will test the survival of every creature in valley.
As the protector, Kong leads the way, ensuring the safety of the valley's inhabitants during the natural crisis.
The world has been transformed into a grayscale landscape of survival and endurance under the thick volcanic cloud.
Standing firm against the forces of nature.
Resilience is the key to life, as the prehistoric plants begin to recover from the volcanic disaster today.
Acting as a guardian, Kong ensures the forest remains accessible for all creatures after the volcanic event today.
Individual acts of support highlight the complex social intelligence of the legendary ape in this misty valley today.
The bonds of community are as important in the prehistoric world as they are in our modern world.
Discovering a hidden sanctuary provides hope for the survival of the valley's diverse and ancient species today.
The valley's geology provides stunning visual displays that contrast with the harsh realities of daily survival life.
Mysterious energy sources are the heart of the Misty Valley's unique and strange biological evolutionary path today.
Tapping into the valley's ancient energy, Kong prepares his body for the many challenges that lie ahead.
A transformation has occurred, making Kong even more formidable as the eternal protector of his kingdom today.
Climbing the highest peak, Kong looks out over the horizon at a world he must defend forever. A new titan has arrived, signaling the beginning of the next chapter in the valley's history today.
The king is ready for battle, and the Misty Valley will once again witness the power titans.
Mystery surrounds the new arrival as the valley holds its breath for the coming confrontation and battle.
Combining natural materials, Kong creates a weapon that will be lethal against even the strongest prehistoric scales.
Accuracy and range are the keys to surviving first contact with the new and unknown intruder today. The ecosystem continues to adapt, adding another layer of complexity to the Misty Valley's balance of power. Defensive planning shows the depth of the king's commitment to protecting the valley from any potential invasion.
Visual warnings are an essential part of the communication network that maintains peace in the prehistoric world.
Dominance is often maintained through presence alone, as other predators recognize the power of the great ape.
Resource sharing strengthens the social structure of the valley, ensuring the loyalty of its many smaller inhabitants.
The beauty of the night hides the constant struggle for survival that defines this ancient prehistoric world. Resting is a tactical necessity, allowing the Titan to recover the energy needed for future monster combat.
The intruder is moving closer as the storm signals the arrival of the most epic battle ever.
Preparation meets opportunity as the King of the Valley stands ready to face the unknown Northern Titan. Armored scales and massive claws make the new intruder the most dangerous opponent Kong has ever faced. The dance of death begins as two of nature's most powerful creations prepare for total physical combat. A calculated opening move designed to disable the great ape's mobility and end the fight quickly today.
Agility and the use of tools give Kong the early advantage against the slower but stronger intruder. Standard weapons are ineffective against the biological armor, requiring Kong to find a much more vulnerable point. Brutal and efficient tactics are necessary when facing an opponent with superior defensive armor in this valley. The battle moves into the water, where the currents add a new level of danger for both.
Using the riverbed to his advantage, and Kong finds the weakness in the Titan's seemingly impenetrable defensive armor.
The first round ends with Kong standing his ground while the intruders reconsider its strategic approach today.
Gravity becomes a weapon once again as the King prepares for a final and decisive aerial blow.
The sheer power of the landing disables the armored Titan, ending the threat to the Misty Valley.
Dominance is re-established as the King proves his superiority over any and all ancient northern mountain titans.
A rare moment of coexistence as the Titans recognize each other's strength in this prehistoric mountain world. The intruder departs, and the cycle of monster combat ends for now in the misty tropical valley. Peace returns to the valley as the King continues his eternal watch over the ancient prehistoric world.
The legend of Kong grows with every battle, ensuring the survival of the valley's many hidden secrets.